Hey, I wanted to make a video because I've just been listening to this NLP audio and I can't remember the name of the author. I will find it and put it in the description box, but it's about NLP for confidence and it's absolutely brilliant. So I'm listening to this audio book all about using NLP to boost your confidence. So NLP is neuro-linguistic programming, which is basically all about using your brain and your thoughts and your behaviour in order to achieve what you want in life. So it's about asserting some control over your thoughts and your behaviour rather than just letting things happen to you. So I just wanted to share with you really quickly this little concept that I heard on the audio that I was listening to, and it was brilliant. And it was all about he was talking about overwhelm and about having the life that you want, having the happiness that you want in your life. And what he talked about was the concept of looking at all the things that are happening in your life, all the things that you're doing, all the people that are in your life, and thinking about how all these things make you feel. So do they make you feel alive, and do they give you energy and life, or do they make you feel drained, or do they make you feel neutral? So all these things happening in your life day to day, are they energy giving, neutral, or draining? And the author was basically saying the more that you can get more of these energy giving activities in your life and people in your life, and if you can find ways of, so with the activities that are in your life that are really draining you and making you feel crap, it could be your job, it could be certain people, it can be certain commitments that you've got in your life which aren't making you feel good. And he was saying about so take these activities, and then can you find a way of doing less of them or making them better, neutralising that effect it has on you? Can you find a way of doing that activity so that it gives you more joy rather than draining you? Can you find a way of changing how you do it? Can you find a way of changing how you feel about it? Can you find little extra things that you can do at the same time as doing this activity that are going to make it more enjoyable? Can you have somebody with you whilst you're doing the activity? So there's all these possibilities and all these options, and often we just get stuck in thoughts, and he was also saying about how we with anxiety we have a lot of repetition. We tell ourselves these little stories, and we tell other people, and that often our thoughts are just a habit. We just get in the habit of telling a certain story. We get in the habit of saying, oh, I always do this and I always do that, and I'm no good at this and I'm no good at that, rather than actually looking at it with a kind of feeling of empowerment and asserting a bit of control, and asking yourself, okay, so this makes me feel bad, this activity, or let's say for example, you hate shopping, you hate food shopping. What can you do to make food shopping better? What can you do to make it more enjoyable? Personally, I love it. I quite enjoy food shopping, and it might be because I don't do a lot of it. I do it as and when. I maybe do it twice a week. I might do a slightly bigger shop and then a smaller shop. I don't have to do a massive shop, and I find it quite enjoyable. Me personally, I like to chop and change. I don't like buying the same foods all the time. I don't like buying the same brands. I know what I like, but I like to chop and change. I like to try different flavours of things. So maybe that's my way of making food shopping enjoyable for me, because I know that if I get stuck in a rut and I buy the same things every week, I get really bored. And I even get weird phases in my life where I go off food. I have food in the house and I'm hungry, and I'll be looking at the food thinking, no, don't want that, don't fancy that. So I have to vary what I have in the house. Otherwise I just think, no. And then I have to go shopping and buy a whole new load of stuff because I don't fancy anything that I've got in the fridge, in the freezer, in the cupboard at that moment. So for example, if I've bought one flavour smoothie 1 week or whatever, then if, you know, the next time I buy another carton, I think, right, let's try a different flavour, let's have something new. If I've bought one Quorn product for the fridge, you know, like some ready-to-eat Quorn, like those little Scotch egg things, those Quorn Scotch eggs, they're amazing. Me and my daughter love those. I give them to everybody who comes to the house, and I go, try this, and they go, oh yeah, that's nice. So yeah, so if I've tried one thing, and then the next time I get something that's Quorn, I might try something like a sandwich filling, you know, like that Quorn fake chicken that you can put in a sandwich, and it's lovely. And I just have to chop and change, and that's just me. So look at, you know, a good thing to do can be to keep a little diary or keep a little log, and just, you know, for a week or for a few weeks or something, and write down all the activities that you do during your day, and maybe write next to each one, you know, whether it makes you feel really brilliant. So it should either energise you or relax you, because both of those things are positive. It's giving you a positive benefit to your life. If you read a book and you love reading, that's going to bring joy and relaxation into your life. If you love to meditate, if you love to go jogging, if you love to go to the gym and do something active and that gives you a boost, well, that's a really good thing for you. But for someone else, they might find it really boring. You know, they might find it draining going to the gym. So with all the activities you've got going on, whatever it is, start being aware of whether they are giving you energy and making you feel good, or whether they are draining you, or whether they are just kind of neutral, and find ways of making the bad stuff better, because there's always something you could do to improve it. Even if, so like if it's a job that you really don't enjoy, and there's no way you can improve it at the time, a little tip I picked up years ago was that if you have to do this awful job that you find boring, give yourself a reward at the end of it. You know, that can work. So I've got my green tea. Drink green tea if you can. It's really good for you. It is so good for you. It's full of antioxidants and all kinds of things. Very good for your body. Anti-inflammation. If you've got any problems in your body, any inflammation, any disease, green tea is very good. Anyway, my little health thing there. Yeah, so if there's jobs you have to do that you've got no way of improving really, just say, okay, once I've done this job that I find boring, I'm going to reward myself with a hot chocolate, or I'm going to reward myself with an episode of my favourite show, or I'm going to put my feet up for a bit and read. You know, give yourself a reward. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is part of my Thursday coaching series, my new routine. So it's Wednesday parenting, Thursday coaching, and then it'll be either Friday fun or some kind of weekend fun, you know, weekend funny stuff. So anyway, please please subscribe, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Cheers everyone.